Before we begin the movie, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our latest content. At the start of the movie, we see two people in the car, Jack and his wife, Jennifer, traveling to spend their vacation on a boat for a few days at sea. Upon arriving at the port, they begin loading their luggage onto the boat. There, we meet Manuel, a handsome man who works on the boat. While Manuel is carrying the bags, his girlfriend Maria confronts him angrily, revealing that she is pregnant with his child. However, he denies the child and refuses to marry her. When Maria strikes him in anger, Manuel retaliates by hitting her back. Jack witnesses the incident and is appalled by Manuel's behavior. That night, everyone gathers for dinner in a cheerful mood, with Manuel serving them and attending to their needs. However, Jack taunts Manuel about what happened between him and Maria, which annoys Manuel. The tension between them grows, and Maria decides to take revenge on Manuel using black magic. She prepares a cloth doll and begins performing certain rituals around it. Meanwhile, Jack and Jennifer return from their evening outing and share intimate moments together, which Manuel overhears from the next room. Feeling envious, Maria completes her rituals and stabs the doll, causing Manuel to suddenly start bleeding, a result of the black magic. The next morning, as everyone enjoys their time, Jack asks Manuel to bring him a drink. Manuel grows irritated by the request and begins treating him rudely. Jack complains to the captain, who threatens to fire Manuel. Furious, Manuel resigns and storms off, throwing the cloth doll carelessly, not noticing it lands near a fire. The doll catches fire, and the flames spread quickly, engulfing the entire boat. Panic ensues as everyone realizes what's happening and tries to escape. They have no choice but to use a small lifeboat since the entire boat is destroyed. However, a violent storm and the sinking of the boat cause the lifeboat to capsize, separating everyone. Fortunately, Jennifer manages to swim to a nearby island, reaching it exhausted and terrified. Moments later, she spots a floating body in the water and discovers it's the captain. She tries to save him but fails. Shortly after, Manuel arrives and attempts to revive the captain, but he has already passed away. Manuel and Jennifer are left alone on the island with no food or water, frightened and uncertain about what to do. Realizing no one is coming to rescue them, they start building a shelter for protection. Manuel dives into the sea to catch fish, and they use rainwater and coconuts for drinking. One day, while swimming, Jennifer asks Manuel why he hit his girlfriend. He explains their problem, saying he refuses to marry her because she's trying to hold him accountable for her actions, and blame him entirely. Jennifer scolds him for his behavior, calling him foolish. Angered, Manuel insults her, saying she wouldn't survive on an island without him and accusing her of looking down on people like him because she has money, just like her husband does. Upset, Jennifer leaves the water angrily, but Manuel later apologizes for his words. Over time, the two grow closer, becoming friends and enjoying their time together on the island. One day, while returning from fishing, Manuel finds Jack lying on the rocks. He quickly rescues him and brings him back to the shelter. Jennifer is overjoyed to see that Jack is alive. They give him water and let him rest. Jack tells them he has a lighter, which makes starting a fire easier for warmth and cooking. However, things take a turn when Jack notices Jennifer laughing and talking happily with Manuel. Suspicion begins to creep into his mind, and he confronts her, accusing her of being unfaithful. Jennifer denies any relationship with Manuel, assuring Jack that Manuel has not crossed any boundaries, but Jack remains doubtful. Later, Jack asks Jennifer and Manuel to go fishing so they can all eat. When they return, they find that Jack has moved all of Manuel's belongings away and taken over the shelter Manuel built to keep him away from Jennifer. Both Jennifer and Manuel are deeply upset, but Manuel chooses to stay silent and avoid confrontation. Jennifer tries to persuade Jack to treat Manuel kindly, especially since he saved their lives, but Jack remains convinced that something is going on between them. One day, Jennifer tells Jack that Manuel studied engineering, but Jack dismisses him as just a worker on a boat. Manuel, frustrated by Jack's constant belittling, confronts him, saying that Jack's money is worthless on the island. Jack threatens Manuel to stay away from Jennifer and says he won't give him the lighter again. Manuel sarcastically replies that Jack can keep his lighter and see who brings him food later. Jennifer becomes angry at Jack's behavior and calls him stupid. Jack is forced to fish for himself but fails due to his lack of skill, leaving Jennifer hungry for a long time. Later, Manuel sees Jennifer sitting alone and invites her to eat with him. At first, she refuses, fearing Jack's reaction, but Manuel reassures her that he won't tell Jack. She eventually accepts and eats with him but returns quickly before Jack notices. Before leaving, she thanks Manuel for the food and kisses him. When Jack finally manages to catch a small fish and begins to grill it, Manuel warns him that the fish is poisonous and unsafe to eat. Jack realizes that Jennifer ate food from Manuel and becomes furious and jealous. The next day, Jack returns from fishing to find Manuel lighting a fire and grilling food. Jack angrily extinguishes the fire, accuses Manuel of stealing the lighter, and takes the fish from him. Manuel warns Jack that if he approaches him again, he will kill him. That night, Jack sneaks into Manuel's shelter and steals his glasses. When Manuel discovers this, he is enraged and confronts Jack violently. Jennifer intervenes to stop the fight, but tensions escalate between the three. Manuel forces Jennifer into a relationship with him. At first, she resists and tries to push him away, but she later calms down and agrees. After betraying Jack, Jennifer feels scared and asks Manuel to keep their affair a secret. Manuel confesses that he fell in love with her the moment he first saw her. Later, Jack returns with a big fish, and during a conversation with Jennifer, he realizes she has been involved with Manuel. Enraged, he drags her by the hair and throws her into Manuel's shelter, declaring that he no longer wants her. Manuel stands by Jennifer and supports her, and from that point on, they live together, fishing and enjoying their time. Meanwhile, Jack learns how to fish and becomes skilled at it, adapting to his new reality away from them. One day, while fishing, Jack discovers a small sunken boat underwater. With great effort, he pulls it to the shore. When Manuel and Jennifer see the boat, they run to him, asking for help, but Jack refuses. He plans to repair the boat and escape the island alone, leaving them behind. Jennifer discovers Jack's plan and tells Manuel, "Jack won't help us, he'll leave us to die here. We have to steal the boat and escape together." However, she doesn't realize that Jack is secretly watching and overhears everything. The next day, while Jack is fishing, Jennifer and Manuel seize the opportunity to gather their belongings and escape to the sea with the boat. When Jack sees them, he pretends to run after them to stop them, but it is all part of his plan. As soon as they are far from shore, the boat begins to sink. Struggling, they return to the beach, where Jack watches and laughs at their misfortune. He worsens their suffering by burning their shelter. Manuel reaches the shore, exhausted, only to be ambushed by Jack, who attacks and injures him. Jennifer tries to intervene to stop Jack from killing Manuel, but Jack strikes her. Manuel manages to escape with difficulty. That night, Jack ties Jennifer up in the shelter as punishment for betraying him multiple times. He prepares to confront Manuel and kill him. Manuel surprises Jack and attacks him, and the two engage in a violent fight. Despite Manuel's injuries, Jack gains the upper hand. Jennifer steps in to help Manuel, and together, they push Jack away and flee. Enraged, Jack begins searching for them in the jungle. Exhausted and weak, Manuel and Jennifer hide in a tree. Jack eventually reaches their location. At that moment, Maria, Manuel's ex-girlfriend, resumes her black magic rituals using the cloth doll. Manuel begins bleeding again, and his blood drips onto Jack. Jack attacks them, but they manage to fight back. Just as Jennifer is about to kill Jack, Maria angrily strikes the doll with a stick. Manuel suddenly freezes as if paralyzed by the magic, then falls onto the sharp wooden stake, killing him. Jennifer is devastated and accepts her grim reality, forced to live with Jack. She mourns Manuel's death. A year passes, and they remain stranded on the island. One day, while Jack is out fishing, Jennifer is surprised to see a fisherman and his daughters arriving on the island. She tells them her story and feels overwhelmed with joy, knowing she will finally be rescued. She takes Jack's lighter to prevent him from lighting another fire, and doesn't tell the fisherman about his presence. When Jack sees the boat with the fisherman and Jennifer, he is thrilled, thinking they will take him with them. However, the boat sails away without stopping for him. Jack runs after them, trying to catch up, but he fails. Jennifer looks back at him with a farewell smile, leaving Jack trapped on the island to face his fate alone. And that's how the story ends. If you enjoyed the movie, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our new content.